Hello, I don't give my name out, you can just call me E.T. But I want to explain why the Illuminati are not telling you about Nibiru, which they know all about. I mean, they've got all the apparatus, all the equipment available to plot this other planet as it comes into our solar system, and it's going to disrupt Earth and cause massive extinction and all that. Well, so the possibility, because extinction comes in massive waves, there's been 5 waves of extinction in geological time on Earth, so chances are something like Niburu or a comet comes along occasionally and kind of stores things a while for life on Earth. Now, because this is the case, and these Illuminati are extremely clever, you've got to give them credit for their intelligence. They're brilliantly intelligent people, fabulous education, they understand totally how evolution works. They're also, they're very good at manipulating humans to believe this or that or the other, and that's why they've manipulated the financial system to suit themselves. They haven't actually said you must do this or you must do that. They've just let humans do what humans do, or appeal to greed and self-interest, and humans will act accordingly. So the Illuminati aren't this intrinsically evil thing, or they may become as power totally corrupts. So they might, you might breed after several generations a totally corrupted idea of what living on Earth amongst other humans is all about. Well, you don't give a shit whether they survive or not, which is common. It's common amongst humanity, and there's a lot of pretensions these days about, oh, we all care about each other in places like Australia or America or Britain. At the same time, they have a massive amount of poverty. But this is, I am now off track. But then a massive amount of poverty shows that, the government says, oh, we all care for you, but actually they don't give a damn whether you're on the street or your house gets repossessed because the banks have stitched you up in some deal that you did not understand. So the deal was no deal in the first place, if you understand a bit of contract law. The thing is, though, why they've not mentioned about Nibiru, because occasionally they take me up to the moon, I'm on sort of contract, I'm off duty at the moment, I'm not allowed in anywhere near technical equipment on the moon, but we do observe Earth from up there. It's quite a funny place, the funniest place in the universe. There's only one stupid animal on Earth, that is man. That is something to consider. But you see, they know this thing's happening, this Nibiru thing's happening, so they've kept quiet about it, accumulated all the wealth, made sure they've got all these tunnels under the ground so they can escape when it happens. They're not quite sure what's going to happen. No one's certain of what happens. It could cause catastrophic earthquakes, volcanoes, tidal waves. We don't quite know. But one thing for certain, though, it does cause some sort of disruption to life itself, might devastate cities with big floods. And these Illuminati, they've got the money. That's evolution to them. It's a survival of the fittest, smartest, whatever. They're not saying to you get fat and lazy. They leave that to you to get fat and lazy. They leave that to you to educate yourself. They're not forcing you to know anything. It's up to humans to know stuff. It's an individual choice. Being sucked into collective thinking one way or the other will bring the individual undone. And those in Australia, for instance, who talk about diversity, they're the most ardent against individuals being different to themselves. Recently we've had constant attacks on a man called Tony Abbott, an individual with his own set of beliefs, and they call him all sorts of names and attack him constantly, proving these people who talk about diversity are actually inhumane and cruel, or would be cruel to another person. They've hounded Mr. Abbott, hounded him like dogs. It's like watching Doctor Who. In a way, all these people think exactly the same. And that's why when you view Earth from the moon, which we do, occasionally they zap me up there to do a bit of cleaning, fixing pipes and stuff like that. Bit of basic engineering, really. That's what we do up there when we abducted. It's not a big deal. But you know, it's just be, and no one cares, no one believes me, and that is irrelevant. Who cares whether people believe you or not? That's irrelevant. But that's what's happening on Earth now. It's very peculiar. All these people who want diversity all want everyone to think exactly the same. And that's very strange. I call it flatlining. They're trying to flatline thinking so everyone thinks like them, and they say, oh, everyone being the same is diversity. Well, obviously it's not. Obviously it's not. Mr. Abbott must have the right to be himself and have his opinion, as any Muslim must do. But then these lefty people, they never say anything about Muslims, because I think Muslims might kill them, and they know Mr. Abbott at his heart is a kind and nice person, and he won't come and hurt them at all. And this is a total hypocrisy and contradiction within these people that we're observing from the moon. And anyone who's an outsider on this planet observe these things and going, oh crikey, what's actually going on with humanity? They're turning it into a Doctor Who scene, and they're kind of becoming Daleks. So the next thing what's going to happen, because people are getting fat, very, very fat as well, the next thing is they'll wear a little suit, they'll have an overboard, won't actually be an overboard, it'll be another apparatus, right? And you'll sit in it because you're really fat, and it'll be programmed to go down to McDonald's, and it'll go, take me to McDonald's, and you program it, and it'll go, yeah, and it'll go down the street to McDonald's, and automatically you put a cover on. When it's raining, you'll have a cover on top of it, and then say, a McDonald's please, give me a McDonald's please, I shall destroy you, give me a McDonald's, I shall destroy you, thin person shall be destroyed, thin people shall be destroyed. And that's what's going to sort of, that's where we're going with all this diversity, which means everyone's got to be bloody well cloned to think exactly like a greenie. Anyway, I thought I'd let you know what's actually going on with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, because anyone who takes any of this earthling seriously has to be mad in the first place. Thank you.